My name is Sandra, and when I was young, I had a perfect teenage life. I mean, what a great life. I was having those 4 long, tiring years. Oh, I know, I still look like a 16-year-old. Now imagine how I looked like when I was in freshman. I was when I was a freshman in high school. Yeah, middle schooler coming through. Watch out. I had a positive mind back then. Only worrying what flower was I gonna take for my cat to play with. That lasted for like a year. When sophomore year came, I was already in my own telenovela with some spice and whatnot. I was having fun with my friends in school and just worrying about my crush next and about my crush's next route to class. Oh yeah, I was that kind of girl. Waiting down the hall, waiting for him to come by. Look at his streaming eyes. Anyway, when spring semester came rolling in, I was so excited to go back to school and start talking to my friends. Well, the day came in, and with bad luck, I didn't get a chance to talk. I was called in third period to the office for early dismissal. Going home early. While I was heading out, I was thinking, why am I getting called to the office if I didn't tell my dad to pick me up? I always have a plan to go home early, and this time I didn't. So it was kind of weird. I was even more confused when we were heading towards our local hospital instead of home. When we arrived, I thought we were going to one of the exam rooms to see one of my relatives or someone. But it turns out we were heading to the back where emergency beds are held. And yeah, and I was getting kind of scared. Turns out my brother of 1 year younger than me was in the bed, dressed in those butt hanging gowns. I was gonna make fun of him, saying, "Oh, you look like a girl," but I kind of felt it wasn't the right time. Anyway, I was still very confused as in why he was there. I was even more and more confused when I saw scars in his wrists. I was like, he didn't fight with the cat. Not that I know of. So why would he have that? Why was he drinking bleach? Was his head in severe pain? Is that why he took almost half of the pills from those bottles of Excedrin or whatnot? So turns out I go home, I rest, I do my homework, and then my dad comes and picks me up. He tells me that we're heading somewhere, and that my brother and my mother were already there, and they were just waiting for us. It was a long ride. I think it was towards Anaheim, but I was young. I'm still young right now, but Anyway, I was kind of excited because I never went to Anaheim. And when we arrived, I noticed my mom signing some papers and then glancing my dad from time to time. Thought they were having a moment, but it turns out they weren't. Romance, but She then started hugging my brother and my dad. And my dad also started hugging my brother. And the next second, my brother was taken away. I was still confused why. On the ride, I kept hearing sobbing and waiting for my mom in the front. And then it hit me. The whole time, while I was in high school and he was in high school, he was going through teen anxiety and depression. Now, I know that you heard about anxiety and depression and other mental health disorders, but do you really know what it is? Like, you don't know what it is if you don't have it, right? So how can you experience something that you learn from a website or someone telling you about it? According to an article I read, titled Awareness of Mental Health Among Teenagers, the authors state mental health is associated with behavior patterns and psychological and social well-being of an individual. It was found in volume 11, and the authors of last name was Gayatri, Priya, and Sweta. Teenagers having little antics, which involves doing a certain activity more than once, can be an indication of some sort of anxiety. You know, like moving their leg up and down, biting their nails, turning their hair, etc. There's many ways teens could distinguish anxiety. Not all anxiety is the same thing. There's different kinds of anxiety. And also, the way a teen behaves can give you an understanding on what is going through their mind and could give you a better understanding about it. Depression can be recognized similar to recognizing anxiety. I know that if I had noticed my brother's behavior, he wouldn't have done what he wanted to do. Many teens can't handle themselves in these situations, so they believe that self-harm is the way to go, you know? And according to a study that was published by the New Scientist, there has been an increase in years between 2011 and 2014 of girls doing self-harm to themselves from age 13 and 16. How sad is that? How young girls are taking their lives away knowing that they have a good life ahead of them just by them going through an issue that it could be solved with therapy or just talking to them. Self-harm can be found in any form. It could be physical and emotional. An emotional example would be downgrading themselves, saying that they're not good enough. They done worse, they're the worst people in the earth, etc. Physical harm can involve them making abuse to their own body, either punching their stomach when they ate something, cutting their wrists, knowing that it's going to cause pain that they want to go through. They do this to feel pain because they think that pain is the way to go and that they deserve pain, but they really don't. They just deserve love and supporting from the parents or from anyone that care for them. Now that I told you guys all the sad and goose stuff, now you want to know, how can I help that person out? Maybe I know someone like that. Maybe I could help someone out in my community. Well, how can you become aware of the symptoms before it's too late? Well, you can start by talking to them, you know? Letting them know that you're there to help them out. And letting them know that you're there too. They are not alone. Another concept that would be acknowledging what causes the disorder would be parents. Parents' way to be involved more in their life. I know some teens don't want their dad or mom talking to them and be like, how's your day in school? Hey, did you talk to that girl next door? Hey, how was your day? Hey. I know it gets annoying, but just keep doing it. Because that's how they know that you care. You care enough to stop everything and talk to them. Knowing that their day is much more important than how you're feeling. Sometimes. Their kids, they'll need you in the teenage years. There's never a time where a kid does not need their parent. Everyone needs a parent. Without them, we're not kids. We need someone to take control and show leadership towards our life. Guide us to the right path. They will be in need of advice and comfort throughout these times of adolescence. So this is the time for a parent to guide their son or daughter the right way. Having some knowledge on the symptoms is also a way to go. Mental health is very important to people. I know for a fact that if me or my parents had knowledge about mental health disorders, my brother would not have gone through the experience he went through and what my family went through. In an article titled Teen Anxiety, Erasing Stigma, Johnny Dodd implies there's no cure for anxiety because it's a normal emotion, and it's true. It is a normal emotion. There's no cure for it. You can't do nothing about it, but you could help someone out. I know for a fact that when you help someone out, it could ease them, and it could provide a great supportive system for them. Helping them out can be great for ensuring them that there is someone there for them, that they're not alone in this world we live in. So let's show them we care about them and become aware of mental health issues. That's why we have to be aware of mental health. Thank you.